Extra, extra. And we are going to discuss today's topics here. It is March 12th, 2017. And the topic today is going to be making the comparison what is fake and not fake. Since we got a little skin in the game, we might be able to touch on some topics like nationalism. What? Liking your country? What a concept. Yeah, well, if you listen to some of the other people, you'd wonder what country you're from. Ah, United States. Yeah, we're from that country. The one that had to bow down to Saudi. We had to apologize for being prosperous. Well, look who came out of hiding. Asasad. And he was interviewed, and wait till you see this, because this will really... You ready? He doesn't like fake news either. Isn't that stunning? Huh. Neither do we. Well, he was in an interview, and one of the questions that was asked him, and he answered it quite actually fairly and eloquently, being as he's never met Donald Trump, not even talked to him, okay? That we all have the same common goal. We all want ISIS to go bye-bye. And, you know, being in Bashar al-Assad's corner for a moment, you know, he hasn't had too many allies, okay? He's been the bad guy. Remember all that? All this time, bomb. They wanted him dead for a long time. Well, if you look at Google News, let's look a little closer. If you look at that headline, all three of these, you'd think Assad didn't agree with Trump when it came to ISIS, because I don't know anybody else, but if you're reading that headline, look at that. This is with Google. See, they have their own headlines. We can make the comparison. Let's go a little further. This is actually what al-Assad said, though. Okay, so look at al-Assad said about Turkey. We have hopes that the administration of the United States is going to implement what we have already heard, taking in consideration that talking about ISIS does not mean talking about the whole terrorism. I think if you read on al-Nusra is one of the products, and you have groups in Syria, but they are not ISIS, but they are Al-Qaeda, and they have backgrounds in the Wasabi extremist ideology of the Muslim. Okay, so that's news. He just pretty much laid out basically what's going on, is that there's several different terrorist groups, not just ISIS. Yeah, and I think if you can make that comparison and point out the obvious, we're well aware that there's obviously more than just a few terrorist groups, and one, of course, being ISIS. And, you know, we heard all summer long about really kind of closing our borders off because we don't want this on our soil. We were told when we went to Iraq we weren't going to bring that on our soil, but that was a whole other situation, because when we ditched out of Iraq, like, no one ever does this in a wartime situation, but, you know, I mean, we also had a president. I don't even know how he got that name, president. But the point is that now you can see where the headlines are. So you decide what is fake and not fake, because apparently somebody has to point out the obvious. But he does not like fake news, and nor does Trump. The Third Watch News Update is a part of the Amateur Radio Network. The Third Watch News Update is a part of the Amateur Radio Network.